What up, guys? We're back with another video. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the K-swap. I know I told you in the last video, once the weather got better, I was going to do a walk around the car. I think it's time. I've been getting quite a few messages this past weeks asking how I'm running stuff and what I did to make it happen and all that. The weather finally got better. It was raining this couple weeks, so I just couldn't do the video. But I'll give you guys a quick walk around the car and show you guys what I have and how it's running. So let's do it. I know it's a mess. So the yellow wire here, it's for my temp gauge for now, because I haven't connected the OEM one. I just haven't had the time. But so I'm running the battery down there, relocated it from here. You guys don't have to do that. That was just me. I don't know, doing something different. You see it a lot with the Hondas. So everything, this is a P5 radiator. I got it on eBay for, I think it's for an automatic. It was like 120, 130. I haven't connected my AC. I just needed that line. I'm actually waiting for the connector so I can finish that line and wire my, I don't know if I need to wire something different or not. I don't know, but it doesn't seem so too complicated.
Hey man, how's it
going? I haven't done my plug for the firewall. I already have a design. I already have everything how I'm gonna do it. I just, again, haven't had the time. Been working on other projects, customers projects. It's my main focus right now. I've been driving it daily for work, just so I can see if there's any changes that needs to be done. But so far so good. Have that there. Some people have told me that that's too low, that's not gonna work. I haven't seen a problem with it, so we're sticking to it right now. But there you go, motor mounts, just OEM location. I can't remember what happened there, but I think I got frustrated or something. The rear one, fuel regulator. I haven't touched my air filter because I'm actually doing a duct. I already have the design. I actually printed one out already. But I'm working on, I want it so I can be able to drive it on the street, so I need the lights and all that, so I'm working on that. But here, fuse box, everything is normal. My shoot, I can't think of the name right now. Oh, starter wire, just OEM, just how it's needs to. I have my drive-by-wire module here, which I've learned, and I should have known when I was replacing my pedal, my gas pedal. I'll show you guys. I replaced, sorry it's a mess, I replaced the pedal with a TSX. Well, the TSX module, it's an external, so you don't need to change the pedal. Good thing about this one is that I did a plate. I don't know if you guys can see it back there. Maybe not. Anyways, I did a plate to attach the pedal, which it worked out because now I'm actually thinking of going back to the original MAZDA pedal, which I can just take the plate out and it'll bolt just like it needs to. So that's one thing I like about little things I did with staying to OEM. For example, if I want to get rid of this engine and put the MAZDA one back, I can just like a regular, taking out the engine and putting in the MAZDA without any modifications, any cutting, any welding or anything. The axles, you guys can see them back there. Down there. So nothing changed. That's just everything MAZDA, suspension wise and all that. I've seen some people that change to Honda suspension and hubs and all that. I mean, you can, but again, if I wanted to remove this engine and put the MAZDA one back, it would just take me probably an hour to get it out and put the other one in. I'm working on the front motor mount. I don't know if I'm gonna stick to the MAZDA OE, which I think I am. I just gotta do the bracket. I got some spacers for the crossbar. I think that's what it's called. I already have them, which I'm already working on that. I just gotta again take the time and finish it. I know it looks like a mess, but it's dirty. The exhaust, I don't know. Yep, it's a MAZDA one. It pushed out probably, I'll say probably a half an inch or less, but that was because I used the. So I removed the cat. Well, there's two cats on the MSP, and I got a, what do they call those? It's a replacement for cats. Anyways, for a Honda, and those are 15 and a half, 15 and 3/4 long inches, and I needed a 15, and I couldn't find one. And I already had that one with me, so I didn't want to throw it away. I think I paid $80, which is expensive compared to 4 years ago. I did an H22 Civic swap, and I think I paid like $20 for that same pipe. So it's expensive, and I didn't want to get rid of it or sell it because I wasn't gonna get my money back. So I just pushed it out a little, and it got pushed out. But from the cat's back, from the Cadillac converter back, it's all OEM MAZDA. And the inside right here, I'm running the cluster. I haven't connected, like I said, my water temp or coolant temp. I'm running an aftermarket one for now. Let me see if I can let it prime a little. RPM. have a exhaust leak. That's why especially the ECU detects that, and sometimes it hesitates on the RPM. And then obviously the intake sensor thing is not connected. But RPMs work. Miles per hour work. Fuel gauge works. I just gotta connect that. And honestly, I'm not worried about it since I have this one. But I gotta fix it eventually. I gotta fix it so I don't see that, so it can work just like original one. But I wasn't gonna spend, I think it was like $1,300 for the Haltech dash. It's cool and everything, but I just wanted to do OEM style. I have a mess. Shifter, have that. I already printed to cover it. Again, I haven't finished the little details to be able to put it in there. I did a plate, a 1/2 inch plate. You can see it right there. And the reason I did that was it sits a little bit higher for my height, and then I didn't want to cut anything where the OE shifter sits. Again, if I want to bring all this car back to OEM, I can just unbolt everything and put everything back. I know it's a mess, I'm sorry. I guess fifth doesn't go when it's not running, or even just stop. But yeah, so that's it. Honestly, there's no special tools needed for this. Any welding skills or cutting. I'm trying to remember what was the only thing I had to cut. The only thing I had to cut was a 2-inch hole for the shifter cables. That was it. For everything else, again, it just bolts. The exhaust, TSX with the TSX downpipe. I think that's it. If you guys have any more questions or concerns or any input, make life easier for other people that are doing it, hit me up. Social media, Facebook, Instagram. I try to reply as soon as possible, but sometimes I can't. Sometimes I just open up the messages and forget about them. But once I remember, I do try to reply back. You know, some people don't like me opening the messages and not replying back. One thing I do gotta say, I did forget to mention. For the power steering, I actually had to, I don't know if I had to, but I wanted to bend this like a 45 degree to the left. I think the Honda one, it just goes straight, but I wanted it this way so I can route that way. So I had this line remake, or not remake, I had this line made for it, welded to the OE, and then down there just the MAZDA line. Comes to here welded to, I think nothing was welded, can't remember, but it was just little piece that was made. I went with AN style line just because I had it when I did my fuel lines. And you don't have to do your fuel lines ANs like I did. Your OEM ones come here and you can just get an adapter and attach it to it. I just did it because I was waiting for the harness to get done, so I had the time. I just didn't want to see the car sitting there, so I ordered some lines and I did my lines. But OEM Mazda lines work. You can make them work. I think that was actually how my first start was with the OEM lines. For the cluster, let me see if I can go. I have the wires down there that you see, and I have them because I need a wire. It's actually the temp wires that you see and all that. So that's all the mess. But for the connector, it's only like 5 wires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 to 7 wires to connect to the dash connector, which is only your ignition, tach, what was the other one? RPM, the temp sensor, which I don't have it fully connected, but that's one of the wires, and the crank. That's pretty much it. There's only 5 wires that connect to that. Oh, and your ABS. If you have, I know I mentioned this, but if your car is ABS, you need to have ABS connected for the tach to work. So that was my biggest headache because I didn't have my ABS connected. So I couldn't get RPMs, anything of that to turn on, not even show the miles or anything. So ABS or tach runs through ABS, and then that's how you get your speed and all that. So it's super simple. If you have ABS, you just connect your ABS back, and then you connect 2 wires from the ECU, which is for tach and RPM. I can't remember. I have the schematics for that. And that's it. You just go into the system. I'm running Haltech, so I don't know if K-Pro or other standalone ECUs how they work, but I'm positive that's similar to that. I'll open up how I have it. The guy that did my harness, since it was the first time doing it for this car, we didn't know how far of wire or how long of wire we needed and all that. So that was just a guess. So my only option was right here. I have the fuse box right there, which if I can do it again, that'll be my first thing to do, will be do my wiring through the OEM fuse box, which is simple. We just didn't know what was needed from the fuse box, what wasn't needed, so we just decided to go with a separate fuse box for fuel pump, ECU, fans and all that. So that's why I have an extra fuse box. But if you take the time, it's super simple to do it from the fuse box, from the OEM fuse box. That way you don't end up with a separate fuse box, which it doesn't bother me, again, because there's only 3 wires that connect to the dash and only 1 wire, which is the ignition crank, that goes to the engine bay fuse box. That's it. The whole connector where the Mazda harness, engine harness connects, all that is gone. It's only one wire that goes from the dash harness to that fuse box, which is the crank, and then everything else, it's on my separate fuse box, which is only like 5, maybe 6 fuses, fuel pump, fan, and other little things to power the ECU. So it's super simple. Don't break your head thinking how you're gonna do it, because I mean, you don't, no welding, no cutting, none of that. So again, any questions, any concerns, any feedback, any new ideas of way of making it better and easier for those of other people doing it, send them to me. My fuel pump, OEM Mazda, I didn't change that. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Any questions, any concern, I'll read them. And again, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Might be a minute, an hour, a day, a week, 2 weeks, a month. But I promise I'll get back to you guys. Thanks again.